Rob Smith, who runs, I think it's safe to say, everything multi-domain at Lockheed to a degree, although a lot of what you do, as I understand it, is knit things together across the company. Can you tell us a bit why multi-domain matters to your company and how important it is?
Sure. Man, it's good to see you, Colin.
Likewise.
Thanks for the interview. So I run our C4ISR business in rotary and mission systems, and you asked the question about multi-domain. And the key for multi-domain is bringing in air, space, sea, land, and undersea, and cyber all together to be able to create effects that you can't get in any one of the domains by themselves. So as you think about a peer or near peer conflict in the future, it's going to be just absolutely critical to be able to take advantage of the best in each of the domains, be able to knit them together in ways which hadn't been done before, to be able to get decisions and outcomes that would not be possible in any one of the domains individually. And that may sound like something very easy to do, but when you think of all of the challenges of the different technologies in the domains, the different planning cycles in the domains, the complexities of all the different domains, and then how you would bring them to the warfighter in a way that the warfighter can understand and make decisions, becomes a very complex problem which has a lot of technology associated with it, being machine-to-machine learning, artificial intelligence, probabilistic analysis of future events, enemy intent analysis, fusion. You can go on, and bringing all those together in a globally distributed nodal network around the world.
Well, you're basically talking about bringing everything that the United States does on the battlefield, in space, everywhere else, together through networks and sharing the information and making sense of it, yes?
That's exactly right.
And that must pose an interesting challenge given Lockheed's size to bring all the different technology efforts together within your company, let alone working with the U.S. government and its various entities.
I actually think it's an advantage for us because if you look at all of the places where Lockheed has programs, technologies, and capabilities, from platforms, in all the domains, as well as very unique positioning with customers to be able to understand needs and have that influence where we want to go as a company. I think our breadth and our depth and really gives us advantages that we utilize. We work across our business areas seamlessly. I work every day with the folks from our missiles and fire control and our space systems company, and we have to do that to be successful. We have to be able to work across the business and taking platforms and be able to make those platforms more effective and efficient. Because that's the other thing I think people sometimes don't think about is that there's many different platforms out there and there's different capabilities. And when you bring I'll call it a 5th gen platform in, if you don't network that and be able to connect it in with the other assets that you have, whether that's a sensor or a shooter, you don't bring the whole system up as much as you do if you're able to connect into that 5th gen sensor, shooter, whatever it is. So we're really working hard to make sure that we do work across the company. We're taking the best of breed across all of our businesses and bringing the multi-domain together for many different mission sets. I mean, you and I have talked before. One of the most obvious ones is our C2BMC program with the Missile Defense Agency, which is a true multi-domain battle management C2 network that has a vision of any sensor and any shooter anywhere in the world to be able to optimally respond to ballistic missile defense threats. And we have that capability today, and I think it's a testament to our customer at the MDA and what they've been able to do in multi-domain to lead.
Now, last question. How big a priority is multi-domain operations to Lockheed Martin as a company?
Well, multi-domain is critical to Lockheed because it's going to be the future of warfighting. We're going to have to go to a multi-domain environment. And I don't mean to just say a buzzword, multi-domain. The key is to be able to use multiple domains to be able to create effects and dilemmas, to use one of the customer's terms, to an adversary that could not be created in any of the one domains themselves.
Can you give us an example?
Yeah, so let's continue to use and pull on the thread of C2BMC and the ballistic missile defense enterprise. Imagine if you only had ground radars and there was a missile event, you would lose a significant amount of time before those radars picked it up because you would lose a lot of the early warning. And then you wouldn't be able to as effectively respond because you wouldn't have the diversity of data from many different sensors, you wouldn't have the fusion, and you wouldn't have the ability then to be able to optimally respond with your effectors. And if you think about the cost savings, effectors are expensive, and if you can optimally respond,
By effectors, you mean?
missiles that hit to kill missiles, missiles that hit missiles. So being able to have all of the domains together, bringing them together in a decision-making scenario with the right kind of algorithms and the right kind of battle management is key, and the system would not be effective if it wasn't multi-domain. So you can take that and you can imagine a lot of other military scenarios where having the diversity of data, the diversity of information, and being able to optimally both sense information and then respond to it in a global network. Because again, remember, we're going to have a diverse global nodal network in a multi-domain environment, and you're going to be making decisions both at nodes, and you're going to be able to be making decisions more globally across all of the networks and all of the nodes.
All right. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Colin Clark, Breaking Defense.